How is everybody doing today? What an exciting time in sports in general. I mean, golf, football, we got the baseball playoffs, basketball season starting up. I mean, just sports in general is pretty awesome right now. I'm loving everything. And in this podcast episode, whatever you even want to call it, we're going to talk about the LIV Tour, the PGA Tour will live last. We're going to talk about the top golf YouTube videos of the week. New feature. We want to focus in more on just overall golf news, golf events, things happening in golf, not just pro golf, but YouTube land where we all, you all are living at the moment. So that is something we're going to dive into a little bit more as we move forward. So looking forward. Let me know how you like that. Always comment below. Let me know your thoughts, what you're thinking, what you like, what you don't like, and we'll adjust to make it the best possible show for everybody. How's that? That's what we want to do. Anyways, what an exciting LIV event this past week in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. No, I was not there, and nor did I go to Bangkok. I wanted to go to Bangkok, but whatever. Didn't go. I will be at the next one in Miami, and it'll be the final event. So that'll be exciting. But Brooks Koepka goes off, and he gets his first win on the LIV Tour, his first win in a while, and he was very emotional after the victory. 3-hole playoff with Peter Uihlein, and they basically birdied the 18th hole in regulation, and then he birdied it 3 more times and gets the win. I thought Uihlein was going to get up and down again from the bunker. He actually hit a good shot, but there was what he said was a rock between where he entered the sand and his ball. And if you've ever hit a rock like that out of the bunker, it's essentially like hitting the ball first without any sand. Even though you hit a fine shot, it didn't look like he thinned it or anything, but there was a rock. And in that desert style of golf, there's going to be those little rocks, and some are bigger than others. And unfortunately, he was on the wrong end of the rock, and his ball went in the water. Almost chipped it in for par, but it wouldn't have mattered. Brooks made the birdie putt. Walked off with the win. Emotional for him. And you could tell. That's what I love. You could really tell that these guys consider this like it's legitimate for them. I'm not going to beat them up and say it's exhibition or anything like that. It is legit. A win is a win. And it was exciting. The last few finishes on the LIV Tour have really been exciting. The playoffs are exciting. And even here in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, the leaderboard coming down the stretch was just all over the place. Guys just jockeying for position. It was like a Kentucky Derby. I mean, they were just all neck and neck right down to the wire. And congrats, Brooks, man. He came out with the victory, and love seeing that. Love seeing guys who go through some struggles, like with his health and a lot of things. He said it, man, he didn't know if his career was over. So that was cool. I loved seeing that. And it was just fantastic. So congrats again, birdie. Like just birdie. It was a short par 5. But nonetheless, man, under pressure, regardless of what tour you're on, pressure is pressure. So it's great television, great finish. Now, I wouldn't look at the LIV numbers on YouTube as like, oh, they only got like so many views. That's not realistic. That's how many views they got on YouTube. But that is broadcast on other networks throughout the world. Just here in the US, we see it on YouTube currently. And they will... they're working on stuff. So we'll see how it all pans out if they get a television deal. A lot of stuff in the rumors with different networks. So we'll see what happens moving forward. And as far as the official world golf ranking points, we'll see. It doesn't look like they yet have, they don't yet have world ranking points. What they were doing was they aligned with the MENA Tour. That's the Middle East North Africa Tour, which really hasn't had an event in a while. But if you go to that website, you'll see the rankings of the players are all 48 players from the LIV Tour and where they finished in Bangkok. And that is their official ranking on the MENA Tour, let's say, points list or money list. And So they aligned with that tour, who currently has world ranking points. There's some hurdles they have to deal with in terms of they don't have a cut. So world ranking prefers a cut event, and they only have 54 holes, not 72. And so there's some challenges they have to deal with. Either they alter the LIV Tour to conform with the world golf ranking, like specifications, things they have to do, or they just stick it out with what they're doing and like really double down on the fact that, hey, we've got some of the best players in the world, if not the best players in the world, whatever, depending on how they're playing that week, right? So, and put the pressure back on the world golf ranking system to say, you better do it or it's not going to be legitimate, the major tournaments coming up. So we'll see. But I would be interested. The LIV Tour can do a cut system if they want, and then just still pay them based on where they finish. It's just your cut. You're not necessarily in the individual championship. After, let's say, 2 rounds, they make a cut. They could do that and just have 1 round left. And your score still counts for the team aspect. But individually, you're technically cut, but we'll still pay you. They could do that. And that might satisfy things. They might need to go to 72 holes, which would kind of mess up the whole 54 deal. LIV is Roman numeral 54. So that is still up in the air. It's going to be interesting. Everybody kind of makes a move, and then there's a counter move. Counter move. It's like a chess game right now. It's exciting to be kind of on the outskirts, looking in and see what's going on. But nonetheless, it's some exciting golf. And speaking of exciting golf, I don't know if it was that exciting, but the PGA Tour, we saw Ricky Fowler almost get it done. Now, I've been rooting for this guy, and the PGA Tour desperately needs Ricky to do well. Let's just face it, right? Ricky's a great face of the league. So they need him, Rory, for the most part, Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas. They need those guys to perform a lot more often. So it was really cool to see Ricky kind of back in contention. Typically what you would see from past events he would have a big letdown round. He didn't really have that. Although the final round in Japan, he shot a 70, which was fine. It wasn't like a letdown round. It was just, it's tough, man. You haven't won in a while. Not only have you not won in a while, it's been a struggle, right? And so swing changes, a lot of things going on, marriage, child, a lot of things. I'll say, though, he definitely looked much more like old Ricky. He just looked fit. He looked energized. He looked confident. I liked seeing him. And it's fine he didn't win. It would have been awesome if he did, but he was right there, a shot off the lead. So super huge congrats to Ricky Fowler. I'm rooting for you. Maybe this week out in South Carolina, you could pull it off. And we'll see. But good week out there in Japan. And right now, I'm thinking the PGA Tour needs Ricky way more than Ricky needs the PGA Tour. Ricky can bounce to LIV and just be like massive crowds would come out to see him. It'd be a super popular get, but I don't think that's going to happen. I've always said I think he should have, but I don't think he will. And I don't think he will because his crew, right, his boys are on the PGA Tour, and they're kind of they're staying there. It doesn't look like Jordan or Justin or those guys are going anywhere. So I think Ricky's going to stick it out. And kudos to you, man. You're good event. And I think he's poised for a win soon. These guys, when they start surging, you see it all the time. You get second, you're right there, you're flirting with it, then you miss a cut or two, and then you win. So I think that is in the cards for Ricky. Hopefully sooner rather than later. But if you miss a cut or two and then you come back and your win is like the Masters, that would be pretty epic. We'll see. But I'm excited that Ricky's back. I don't prefer one tour over the other. I'm not rooting for one more than the other. I'm not rooting for a tour to fold or anything. Me personally, I like golf. I love golf, and I like seeing players thrive, whether it's PGA Tour, LIV Tour, Champions Tour, or YouTube. It doesn't matter. Golf, for me, it's just fun. It's entertainment, and I like to enjoy whatever it is I sit down and watch. The PGA Tour right now is a little more dull in terms of viewing it for me personally. So when a guy like Ricky's there, it brings a lot more value and a lot more excitement for me. And speaking of excitement, did you see Freddie Couples out there on the Champions Tour? Drops a 60 in the final round, career round for him. And he's 12 under, leapfrogs everybody and wins the Champions Tour event. How exciting is that? I was going to try to qualify for that event in my going pro-ness. That was the one I was going to drive up to North Carolina. There's a pre-qualifier, then the qualifier, and then you're in the event. I'm glad I didn't make it. I would have got boat raced by Freddie Couples. I probably wouldn't. My game's just not in a place where I would have even probably pre-qualified. It's hard to say, under pressure, but I probably would have shot even par, or maybe 1 or 2 under. You needed to be like 3 or 4. 3 got you in a playoff in the pre-qualifier, and then you needed like 4, 5, or 6 under in the real qualifier, which was going to be more challenging. So probably wouldn't have made it. It would have been cool, though, to be there watching Fred Couples. Congrats, man. Guy's a huge fan favorite. Love that guy. And so it was cool to see him just rock that thing out. I mean, it was incredible. And I loved every bit of it. So congratulations, Freddie Couples, making the Champions Tour. Really epic. For real. And so that was exciting to see him do that. All right. So moving on, just in golf world stuff. Now, I don't know if you saw this or not, but so in the Twitterverse, Twitter world of golf, you've got Alan Shipnuck, who wrote the book Phil, the Phil book, right? He continues to defend his stance that his conversation with Phil on the phone was on the record. And Phil says it was off the record. So, and then Alan, in his tweet or on he's part of a group that does a bunch of podcasting and things like that. He says that there are 3 other things much more explosive that he knows about Phil that would have all been more explosive than anything in the book. Huge international news. Shipnuck says he knows those things, but he would never reveal those things because those conversations were off the record. So we've got Shipnuck saying a whole bunch of stuff, Phil saying a whole bunch of stuff. It seems like, obviously, somebody's not accurate here. Someone's kind of, but I don't know. I don't know anything. I think Phil may have believed it was off the record. And Shipnuck, as a journalist, was probably right in the fact that it was on the record. But Phil probably thought he said, right? There's many times that you think you say something, but you don't. So that's where I think the truth may live somewhere like in that world. Let me know what you think. I mean, maybe Alan's 100% right and Phil is just totally lying because he hates the book. Or maybe Shipnuck's like, no, too bad. Like, I'm going to write this and I'm going to keep the other stuff out. But this stuff's in because it's juicy enough to sell a lot of books, but not so juicy that it's going to destroy your life. I don't know. I don't know what he has on him. That's off the record. I don't know why Phil or anybody in this world would tell anything to a journalist ever. Like, why would you do that? That's what I don't understand. I don't know. I would never call a journalist on the phone and just have a random conversation with the guy. Like, are they best friends or something? I don't know, but why would you I don't know why you would do that. Do you have the need to tell somebody your deepest, darkest secrets? Who's also a writer that could totally blow you out of the water if they want to? That it just doesn't seem like. It seems like the call that was made is reminiscent of the call, where you've had a few too many to drink and you pick up the phone and you make a phone call. You know what that's called. That's what this sounds like, to be honest. And then later you regret it. Not me, but a lot of people regret it. So that's what it sounds like. You decide for yourself, but somebody may have had a few too many and picked up the phone and called somebody they should not have called. And many people have done that. I don't know. Nonetheless, that's what appears. That's what it appears like. But we don't know. All right, now moving on into the world of YouTube Golf, which we all love. That's where I live. That's where millions and millions of people live these days, is on YouTube. And it's pretty cool that we have a platform where we can express our creativity. We can do some really cool things and absolutely love it. Obviously, the hottest channel out there would be the Good Golf channel. And these guys they're just crushing it. They have their newest member is Luke Kwan, kid from Oklahoma. I believe he went to Oklahoma. Anyways, the sad thing is he's the newest addition to the Good crew. And according to their statement, on September 23rd, he was involved in some type of accident which involved serious head trauma. Don't know what the accident was. Don't know if it was a car accident. Don't know if he got hit in the head with a golf ball. We don't know. We don't know what happened. There was some serious head trauma, and sources say that he had brain surgery at the Oklahoma Medical Center, and he was in recovery. And so Good held off on releasing videos, which would include him. And the only thing I would suspect is that if you just shot a bunch of videos with the dude and then he goes under brain surgery, probably best practice at that moment would be, let's just not post anything, because we don't know what the outcome yet is going to be. I believe it was that serious, whatever it was. And that they're like, let's just hold off, because we don't want to have all these like happy-go-lucky fun videos and then something, seriously bad happens to Luke Kwan. That would be, probably wouldn't look good. It would be bad for everybody. So let's hold off. Let's make sure he's on the road to recovery. Then we could post a video. That's what I think happened. So wish the kid a speedy recovery. He's a heck of a player. And man, that's tragic, right? You don't ever want to see stuff like that. So keep him in your thoughts and prayers. And Luke, speedy recovery. Hope all goes well. And as we look at these YouTube videos, what I like to do, I want to give you all the top 10 of the last week. The top 10 golf YouTube videos out there. And probably no surprises of which channels are in the top 10. But coming in at number 10, I'll put up a little shot of it so you can see the view count as it was when I took this screenshot. But Rick Shields, his video, he's going to be up there, of course. His pro versus golf cannon. Guess he went up against a golf cannon and played golf against this contraption. Interesting. I like that. See, you can do stuff like this. Coming in at number 9 was yours truly with my video on the good putter. Now, look, people gave me a hard time. They're like, oh, how can you hate on the putter? I didn't hate on the putter. It's good. The title is bad. Get good, bad. Opposite of good is bad. How bad is a play on words back in my day. Bad, well, dude, that's bad. That means good, right? So bad means good, a lot of whatever. You don't have to get it, but it got a lot of views. Got me on the top 10. You're welcome. Anyways, I'm going out shooting a video later today with this bad boy. I'm going to play 18 holes, going to show all 18 holes. And if it performs, it will be in my bag. And I will be sure to watch that video. It's coming out next week, probably. We're shooting today. And the premise is if it stays in the bag, I'm going to let you all name it. How exciting. So stick around. We'll see how she performs. If not, she's out. So Good's on. It's on. It's being called out today. Here we go. Number 9, or that was number 9. Number 8 was Grant Horvath's. Now he's also part of the Good squad, and he did a video of can we beat 2 pro golfers? Okay, so there you go. That's number. No. My bad. Number 8 was he played with the number 1 ranked 11-year-old in the country. That's cool. All right. Number 1 ranked 11-year-old. These kids are good, I'm telling you. And then number 7 was GM Golf. And it's can we beat 2 pro golfers? And I think that's Akshay Bhatia and somebody else they played with. So that's popular. And him and Grant seem to team up a lot for the GM channel, which there you go. And now number 6, the former member of Good, and actually the M in GM is Micah Morris. So it's going to be interesting. We'll talk about this in a second. But he did a T-Box Classic video featuring a number of other golf YouTubers. And they all collaborated together and did this very good style video on Micah's channel. And that's number 6 on the list. Now in the top 5, we're back at GM. And this is him with Grant again with Akshay. And it's either part 1 or 2 of the Can We Beat These Pros? So part 1 and 2 both made top 10. Coming in at number 4, Rick Shields. He's back at it. And I actually watched this video. It's pretty exciting. He does Can I Beat a Course Record on the 12-hole golf course, and he got over 400,000 views. So congrats. That's a big number. And he kind of played I think it was what they said was the very first Open Championship layout ever, which was like that 12-hole, something like that. And I think Tom Morris, I believe, had the record. And then Rick, I'm not going to spoil anything, but he tries to play the same 12 holes using modern equipment. He does a good job. I got to give him credit, right? And so congrats, number 4. Number 3, now the top 3, here we go, is Good. They did this Ryder Cup, and it says the best GG Cup yet. Tons of views. I would imagine the PGA of America might send some type of cease and desist letter. You're using our logo. You're calling it the Ryder Cup. No, you can't do that. Just like you can't call your event the Masters. They've tried to do that. I'm sure they got a letter for that one. That was a while ago because I know somebody else who did that, and they got a letter. And they had to stop using the Master. You can't use it. You can't call your event the Masters. No matter can't call it the I can't call my event the Mr. Short Game Masters. Couldn't do it. They would reach out and let me know. So you can call it a major. But you can't call it the Masters. And you probably can't call it the Ryder Cup. Anyways, number 2 was another good, and it's the fastest they were running. It's like speed golf. Exciting. It's the only stuff you could do on YouTube. Love it. Speed golf video. And the number 1 ranked video with over 700,000 views in the first week was the Good. The Rough is Lava video. I've seen these videos before. I've even done one. It got like 2,000 views. It got nothing. But I'm not, I don't have the crew. I don't have the it's not produced like theirs is. Theirs is excellent video, great work. And so a lot of good graphics and stuff like that going on. So pretty epic video, tons of views. These guys are crushing it. I mean, for sure, and I love it because the more people watching golf, the more all of us are gonna thrive from that. Look, I did a video on the good putter, and so I just throw their name in there, gets tons of views. So you bet your bottom dollar on me doing a lot more. I mean, people, I want to give all the viewers what they want to see. So if you want to see good stuff, or they make a product so it makes sense for me to review it and test it and possibly use it as I move forward. So I'm going to do it. Let me know if that's cool. If you want to see that content, comment below. Let me know. And all that will be on my main channel. And then people are wondering why Micah is no longer part of the Good squad. Okay, as you know, Micah, he was the GM, Garrett and Micah Golf. He's the M and GM, which was the original, and then they did eventually became Good and a bunch of them there, and he's no longer part of that squad. Why'd he leave? Well, we don't know. I've heard some things. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't know yet. I haven't confirmed anything, and I'm not somebody who just spews out information without some sources corroborating the stuff. So got my crack team of investigators getting on it. But nonetheless, he is not part of Good any longer, and he's doing his own thing, which brings us back to his videos, the T-Box Classic videos. Now, T-Box is an app, I guess, that you can download. So they called their event the T-Box Classic. You could have done anything. You could have done the Coffee Cup Classic. You could have done any app. You could have done, it doesn't matter, right? But he had himself, I think Kyle Berkshire was with him, Bryce, somebody. I know he had Claire and Haley, somebody, and George Bryan was there, and some others. I think there were about six people collaborating, which is interesting because those videos looked very reminiscent of what they did with Good. However, it was all on Micah's channel. I wouldn't be shocked or surprised if Micah were to create a new channel that is the equivalent of Good, but called something else. And it's, let's say, those 6 individuals doing basically the same thing, the same videos, the same style, the same everything as Good. But it's with Micah, and he's the head of it. I would imagine after the success of the videos they did for the T-Box Classic videos, that might be something that he dives into. It would be smart to at least investigate that opportunity. I don't think you could just do it on your own channel for very long because all the other people involved would be like, whoa, what about my channel, right? Maybe you could, I don't know. I think everybody would want a piece of that pie. So I think you create a whole new channel and start fresh, because then what does it do? It adds a new branding opportunity, and it gives you like a fresh start. Everybody gets an equal piece of the pie. And I think the equal piece of the pie is the main reason why Micah might want to start a new channel. I'm not saying anything about the old channel, but I think creating the new channel, they might want that structure and format and setup so that everybody kind of has an equal share. That would be my guess, and that would be something I would look into if I were him and doing those videos, because it was a huge success. And I think that's what a lot of viewers want to see. So that's the latest and greatest from the world of golf, including well, my favorite part, the YouTube world. So let me know what you think, how you like this format. If you like to know what's out there, appreciate it. And best to all of you. See you in the next video.